When you think of Mark Zuckerberg, you probably picture the hoodie-clad billionaire shaping the future of social media. Or maybe just the guy responsible for people's oversharing on Facebook. But according to Zuckerberg himself, his job isn't about data privacy scandals and algorithm tweaks. Sometimes it apparently involves dodging death sentences. During a recent interview with American podcaster Joe Rogan, the Meta CEO claimed that he was almost sentenced to death in Pakistan. No, not for unleashing the chaos of Facebook comments onto the world, but for something far more controversial. He allegedly allowed blasphemous content to spread on his platform. Zuckerberg recounted how a lawsuit was filed against him in Pakistan after someone posted a drawing of Prophet Muhammad. It was a violation of the country's strict blasphemy laws. And this wasn't just an empty legal threat. The charges carried the possibility of the death penalty. He said, and I quote, "Someone tried to get me sentenced to death in Pakistan." He dropped the bombshell statement as casually as if he were announcing a new Facebook feature. Zuckerberg used the incident as Exhibit A in his ongoing argument that global platforms like Meta are stuck in a constant tug-of-war between free speech and local laws. Zuckerberg explained that there are places around the world that have different values that go against their free expression values. This was him voicing his frustration with governments that expect social media giants to play by their rules. His solution, you ask? More support from the US government. Zuckerberg suggested that tech companies need protection from foreign governments who use the threat of imprisonment, or in this case, capital punishment to control content. After all, it's one thing to get fined for miscommunication. It's another thing entirely to have a country try to take you out over a Facebook post. Coincidentally or not, Zuckerberg's dramatic revelation came shortly after Meta announced sweeping changes to its content moderation policies. The company recently scrapped its fact-checking system. This was in favor of a more community-driven approach, an eerily familiar model reminiscent of Elon Musk's X, formerly known as Twitter. The move, which Zuckerberg framed as a victory for free speech, won immediate praise from figures like US President Donald Trump and our very own king of controversies, Elon Musk. But critics argue that it's just another way for Meta to sidestep accountability while keeping engagement and ad revenue flowing. Zuckerberg's claims of a near-death legal experience may sound shocking, but it's really just another chapter in the ongoing saga of big tech versus global governments. As Meta continues to navigate the messy intersection of free speech, censorship, and cultural sensitivities, one thing remains clear. No matter how powerful a social media CEO may be, they are not immune to the laws or lawsuits of the world. And as for Zuckerberg himself, he seems to be taking it all in stride, as long as his private jet doesn't have to make an emergency landing in Pakistan.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout the state. Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sheryl Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote efforts. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.